Welcome back, guys. Today we have another 1v1 casted game between China and the Hausa. Now in this game we see China at their full capacity with their rush. I think one big similarity between China and Russia is that they're both very strong rush civilizations, and they're very much both quantity over quality. But I think ultimately if you're gonna rush with either of those civs, that you just need to keep up the pressure throughout the whole game. You can't expect to rush a player and immediately wipe them out. You just need to keep the pressure on, keep idling their villages, and just not give them much chance to do much. So if we look here at the starting treasures, we got a 40 XP, so I'm sure he's going to collect that up later. And over in the Hausa, we have another XP. So I think my two favorite treasures to get off drop, definitely XP and wood ones. And he is looking for some wood treasures as he does collect one out here. These are both very high ranked Korean players. He is approaching another wood treasure up here. I'm sure he's going to scout that out and collect it. I think this map is a really cool design because over this side we have these beautiful forests that look hella aesthetic. And then over on the east side of the map, we have this beautiful lake area, plenty of fish, so if you did want to go for a bit of a water boom, there's definitely that potential. No whales though, however. And there's these little islands with these tin mines, 1,500 gold in them. And along the edge of this far side of the lake, there's tons of goats that you can collect as well. So I don't know if anyone knows about that, but nice little cheeky goat collection that you can get going. So if we take a look at the Chinese player's deck here, he does have T export, which is pretty standard. I think most Chinese players go for that. And plenty of unit shipments here. Oh, I absolutely love this one unit shipment. You get a flamethrower and a bunch of chikanukus, but it is extremely strong early game. I think whenever I play as China, I always make sure to have this in my deck, because you will absolutely shred with it. But yeah, lots of very spammy deck, lots of unit cards, but I think that's pretty standard as a Chinese player. You just want to get all of those units out. Absolute quantity over quality. And if we take a look at the Hausa deck, to be honest, I'm not very experienced with Hausa, so I don't know what half these stuff means. But yeah, if you wanna, there's the Hausa deck. I'll let you guys break that down mentally. I can't comprehend what's going on here, to be honest. Plenty of unit shipments though. If we have a look, he's just kind of scouted out this area. He's seen plenty of herds on this map as well. I hate when you get a map that is just absolutely dry for herds. We love that juicy food. And then if we take a look at China, he's done a little bit of exploration over kind of this side. Neither of the players have scouted each other out yet. But anyways, this Chinese push that we're about to see, I think one thing with China is that you definitely just need to keep up the pressure. Just like Russia, you need to be able to keep up the pressure. You can't expect to be taking out your opponent in one big push. You just need to keep it up, keep idling their villages, not give them any chance to build up an economy, and eventually your opponent will just give in. I think you just gotta be resilient with your attacks whenever you're playing China, and even with other civs like Russia. I think Russia and China are very similar in some ways, especially because they both get the kind of I don't know, stacked armies. I can't think of how to explain it, but both their army both the train units, they come in blocks of units. It's not like you can't train an individual unit. As he's taking out another wood treasure, so he's getting plenty of wood treasures here. Love to see it. He has his consulate out and one village out over here, another village coming up, and he is aging up with the summer palace. Pretty common. He'd be crazy not to go with anything else, especially going with this rush strategy. And if we take a look here, I think he's just saving his next card for one of his unit shipments here. He also does have the Rattan Shield, which very, very good card. They got some solid siege on them bad boys as well. If we look at Hausa, he's getting his base up. It's looking good. Got some huts up. Does have a granary up, so he's getting that XP. Or not, sorry, he's getting that gather bonus as well. I just love how unique these African civs are as well. They're just nothing that we've ever seen before, and I think that's something that AoE 3 does really well compared to like AoE 2 and any other game in the AoE niche. That like AoE 3 has just got so much depth and diversity to it that you can never really get bored. There's always something that new to learn and master, and honestly, I don't think anyone has fully mastered this game. There's always something new to learn and get better at, and that's one reason I love Age of Empires. I think watching casted games like this and hearing my beautiful voice is definitely one way to improve, because like watching these pro players and how insane they are at the game definitely helps open your eyes to new strategies and stuff. As we do have a blockhouse coming up here in the middle. Sent it out of his consulate, so he has obviously sided with the Russians, so pretty standard as well, and he is collecting up all of these goats, so love to see that. As Hausa did go with the trading post over here, probably going to get some elephants out. He can use his influence as well. I think that's another really cool thing, is they've added a new currency, or no, resource to the game, which is kind of cool, because all the Asian civs have export, but now all the African civs have influence. So some really cool updates coming out. I think they've been smashing it with the updates of late in AoE 3. So absolutely loving it. As we do have a ton of steppe riders coming out here. We have a mass of 7 and no barracks or anything out here. They do have the native embassy here. But might be able to pick off a few villages here, but they're definitely idling up the villages, which is something that you gotta keep trying to do as much as you can. I don't think it may be able to pick off a few villages here. As he is from the Summer Palace, training up some standard army. He's got some steppe riders and Kashik. He retreats out a little bit, but he was able to idle the villages for a little period of time, and he should be able to take out the explorer as well here. As we do have some skirmishes coming out here from Hausa, and he did get up the second trading post, but he's starting to raid it down. The skirmishes are coming out as well as the spearmen. May be able to pick off steppe rider. Instead, he kind of pushes him back a little bit here, regrouping with his beautiful cavalry army. Getting big Mongolia vibes here right now. Wow, look at the hit that one spearman did. That was a chunky amount of damage. So he is sending in some Chukanokus, 8 Chukanokus to be accurate. And he's now going to push up with his army. But he's kept some pretty consistent pressure on Hausa here. And he keeps trying to get out this trading post, as he is able to pick off some skirmishes. And if he can get his steppe riders on these skirmishes, they will be absolutely eaten up by the steppe riders. Getting huge picks on the skirmishes. And he's idling up a ton of villages yet again. The standard army is just way too strong. I think it's one of the most underrated things. Lots of people talk about Old Hand Army, but I think Standard Army is my favorite. Pumping out tons. China are just all over him right now, as we do see some desert warriors getting spawned out here. But they just have a big, massive army, lots of spearmen in there. Some good army composition here as well. As they should absolutely clean up these desert warriors. I think Hausa needed to be able to manage his villagers a bit better, send them out somewhere else to start farming up stuff, because he's been idled an absolute ton here. But I guess just the pressure of China here, they just haven't given him a chance. They've been absolutely relentless. As we do see the Radan shield coming in here as well, and they should get this university down pretty quick. Quite a few raiders coming out here, as well as some javelin riders. They're able to push back China a bit, but they are about to get these Rattan shields out as well. China pretty much cleaning up here. Very poorly managed in the army in the end there by Hausa. But we see just the power of the Chinese push and the Standard Army. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to leave some love down below. I really do appreciate you guys. You guys are my motivation to make these videos. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!